Started to hear the toilet flushing. I didn't hear. So I screamed, K, nothing. Then I said, Kufre, nothing. And I jumped up and raced into the bathroom. And there was my husband on the floor. Eyes coiled, bulging, panting. And I'm like, is this a joke? I just spoke to you now. Let me ease myself. And this, I now dragged him from his leg and dragged him. You know how they build the houses, and so between when you want to go into a room or something, there's a little kind of step up.
Yes.
So when his head got there, he couldn't move. So I had to run again and then lift the head over and then dragged him into the room, then grabbed the pillow and put under his head, and then remember that I had a phone, and so I got my phone. Ambulance, ambulance, I need an ambulance. Hey, please. So I started calling, I started calling the wife of the voice of Imnodia, because I remember that our ambulance was involved in taking him to the hospital. So I started calling her, Miss Anne, I need an ambulance. Kufre is dying. Then I said, what did you just say? No, he's not dying. He's ill. You know, and I was now praying in tongues. I was praying. Now I understand what the Bible means by praying all manner of prayers. I was just praying, Jesus, no, you cannot. God, you must. You know, in fact, I was issuing commands like a commander. No, God, you cannot. God, you must not. God, you have to help me. God, you have to do this. You know, I kept calling people. And, you know, it's such a, I don't even get it. At that point, everybody's name, number blanked out. We're there, to cut the long drama short. We're there from that time he fell till about 15 minutes past 7. That's when the paramedics got to my house.
That was 4 hours after.
He said, what hospital? I said, I don't care. Go to anyone. God's so kind. It was lockdown, first day of lockdown. So there was no traffic on Lagos Road.
Yes.
So we ran like that, and they went to Lasut. And so we got to Lasut. And they started all those long story. Did he travel? Was he in a crowd? I said he didn't travel. He was not in any crowd. Yes. There's nothing wrong with him. He just fell in the bathroom. And the doctor looked at me like, you're funny. He just fell in the bathroom. I'm telling you the gospel truth. This is what I can say. At this point, my husband was paralyzed. He was paralyzed in his right hand. He was paralyzed in his right leg. I had no clue. I didn't have an idea that he was. Right. It was when the doctors came and they were now telling him, trying to know whether he could move your left hand. He did. Move your right hand. And then the next thing I saw was my husband doing like this. He was using this one to drag this one. And it struck both of us at the same time that, guy, something has happened. So he used his eyes and turned his eyes to seek me out. And so I just ran into his front. And I said, Kay, you're fine. Nothing is wrong with you. You're fine. I'm here. Don't worry. And then he said, I said, oh my God, we can't talk as well. And then I said, okay, all right. You'll just be fine. Don't worry. And then so he now turned to look at the doctor. The doctor was now saying to him, don't worry, we're coming back. Then the doctor now comes to me and says, CT scan, Madam, CT scan. So I moved him to CT scan. Again, because there was lockdown, no patients, yes. It was free. Yes. So we did the CT scan and everything. And that was when they discovered that he had a blood clot on his brain. And they said he had a stroke, an ischemic stroke. And they started the treatment. And the medicine they were using to thin the blood in his brain now flooded his lungs with water, and he went into heart failure. I was just sitting outside in the car, and I was saying, God, why is it pouring?
Yeah.
Why is it pouring? I was just sitting down there. I think I had one person with me, and we're singing. We're singing in the car. Funny enough, we're singing an Igbo song. Come and see the goodness of God. So we're just singing it in that car. And then a youngish little man approaches the car. and says, who is the wife of Kufre-Ekanem? And I said, me. And then he says, Madam, good afternoon. Madam, we're between the rock and a hard place. And I turned and looked at him. And I said, doctor. He said, yes. I said, I beg in God's name, don't let my husband die. Whatever it is you know how to do, go and do. And then he looked at me. And he said, Madam, get a grip of yourself. I'm not God. I only care. And I said, okay, sir. Go and care. So we were there close to an hour. The doctor now came out again and was just going. So I was just looking at him. I was following him with my eyes. He passed us. He passed the car he was going. Then after he went like 3 other cars after us, he now stopped, made a U-turn, and came straight to me. I said, Madam, you're my problem now. You are the one that is my problem. My patient is fine. And I'm like, doctor, please stop messing up with my brain now. You just came now and told me one thing, and then now you're saying another thing. He said, go and see your husband. Chude, I got down from the car with shaky legs. I went into the ward. Before this time, my husband was breathing. That's how he was breathing. When I was getting closer, I didn't hear that breathing again. From where I was in the car, we could hear it. I didn't hear it.